Hello, everyone. If you can see and hear me, my name is Miles David, and welcome to another edition of Tuned Into Tennis. This is an edition of the U.S. Open 2025 on opening night. Yes, the 2025 U.S. Open has started on a Sunday for the first time in the tournament's history. I don't know if that's a money grab or just to kind of bring more people through the gates, but either way, the U.S. Open has started on a Sunday. And we're going to talk through the matches that have happened already today in the schedule and some matches that are currently happening and some matches more to come on the rest of this opening night session on Arthur Ashe. Right now, I'm looking over at my screen and I'm looking at 24-time champion Novak Djokovic taking on Lerner TN. Oh, wow. Djokovic is the number 7 seed this year. That's a little bit of an odd number to see next to his name, but it also is indicative of the lightness in his schedule that he has played. But I mean, for a guy that's basically played 8 tournaments this year, like the 4 majors he's played and maybe 4 or 5 other places he's played, he's still top 10 in the world and has made the semifinals of every major he's played. So look at me. If you're listening to this and you're always like, oh, Miles hates on Djokovic so bad. I just rattled off all the good things about his season. So hey, give me some credit. Give me some credit. Clinton, and the lack of tournament wins. He did win his 100th title in Geneva that Mr. Djokovic did. So we're gonna give him something. We're gonna give him something. Should you have to rattle. Thank you guys for popping up in the live, by the way. If anybody wants to actually join me on the space, drop a comment and let me know. So I'll send you the link so you can join and we can chop it up in real time on here. I don't know, are most of these people from Tuned Into Tennis on Twitter? Yeah. It's been a while since I've been able to be live on Twitter. Did you know, you guys, they stopped you from being live on Twitter unless you had a Premium X account? And unfortunately, I caved in. I had it at one point, and then I was like, why am I supporting Elon Musk and all the other weird stuff that is happening on that platform? But if I'm being honest, Twitter is kind of like, Twitter was, I think, my first social media platform. Like, it's where it's what I think of when I think of opening my phone and kind of like reading what's going on in the world. I think of Twitter more than Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. So I guess they'll get my $11 a month now, so I can go live on Twitter/X and YouTube and Facebook all at the same time. So there's that. Kindness with Djokovic. Look at me. Hey, you know what? I just came back from New York, and they say New York is supposed to toughen you up. Maybe it's made me nicer. I don't know. Maybe. Twitter is a cesspool. Yes, Miguel, it actually is. It really, really is. Investing in your brand. Hey, Will, look at it that way. Investing in the brand. I hope you guys are having a good night. I have really only speaking of coming from New York, I was in New York from Wednesday to today, Sunday, and with it being the opening day and it being a travel day for me back home, I haven't really watched much tennis. I actually was cramped, literally. Like the side of my arm was burning. You know, like when the sun is baked on the wing or like the window of a plane. I unfortunately was on the window seat in the 3-row Delta plane, which usually I'm an aisle guy. I've grown to enjoy the aisle, but for whatever reason, I got a window seat, and I thought I was going to be okay until a man who I don't want to body shame because people have body shamed me, but let's just say he was a man of a rotund presence, and he's literally sat in the middle seat on my arm. So on the left of my arm was this rotund man, and the right side was me being squished into the side of the plane while it baked on in the sun the whole time. So I tried to rest, but it didn't really work out. All of that to say, I didn't really watch that much tennis. I watched a couple of points of Emma Navarro's match on the plane with Delta's free Wi-Fi, which is not a plug. But this, what I'm about to say, is actually a plug. I did a pretty good interview with Emma Navarro last month in her hometown of Charleston to help promote her new partnership with Talenti Gelato. So I'm going to be uploading the video version of that shortly. So look out for that. But the article is live on Serve on SI, where I'm a contributing writer, and then also the audio is live on Tuned Into Tennis. So if you aren't checking out the articles that I'm writing on Serve on SI, please do so. Definitely subscribe to the podcast and also subscribe to YouTube, because we are literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subscribers maybe away from 1,000, and that is a huge milestone, really. So we break that by the time we get to the second week in the US Open. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's see. Roman raspberry is the best flavor. Hey, wait, I was about to be like, who's A.E. Lee? Then I saw the picture. Hey, Albert. Albert Lee has joined us in the comments. I appreciate it. Clinton, are you a fan of Tuned Into Tennis? Clinton, are you there? We can't hear you. You're muted.
Yes, I am.
Now you're here. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. Happy U.S. Open Day to all who celebrate.
Happy U.S. Open Day. It looks like you brought a friend with you. Did you share the link to Did you share the link to someone else?
I didn't know if you invited all of Tuned Into Tennis, so I actually.
It's okay. It's okay. Tori wasn't invited, but I can invite her because I'm a nice person. I wonder if she can hear me.
She absolutely can.
She left. No, I know she could, but I was joking. I was totally joking. I saw her face be like, well, let me get on here.
I'm dead.
Not fan of Tuned Into Tennis. No, Clinton and other people have been supporters and just general like friends. I mean, I've said this if you listen to the podcast before. Like, I don't like using the word fan. I just, I rock with people who rock with me, and Clinton and a lot of people in the comments here are in that group. So I appreciate it. I think Roman raspberry might be no, it's not. I was gonna lie. Clinton, have you tried Talenti Gelato?
I've had it before. I think I might have had like a chocolate chip, like a very basic one.
Their mango, I don't know what like the fun name is. I just know it's a mango flavor and it's a sorbetto. That's my favorite flavor. My favorite flavor. When I got my wisdom tooth out in 2018, that was my saving grace, along with some mashed potatoes. Let me text Tori and be like, girl, I was joking. Yes, mashed potatoes and mango sorbetto from Talenti is the way to go.
Okay. So what's the difference between sorbet and sorbetto?
I think sorbetto was just the Italian way of pronouncing it.
Sorbetto. Okay, gotcha.
I think so. Okay, I have mentioned Djokovic at the top of the show, but he almost dropped that middle set against Lerner Tien, but he squeaked it out in a tiebreak, and then kind of routine Djokovic fashion, this third set he's starting to run away with it against Lerner Tien after almost 2.5 hours on court. So, Clinton, you've watched more of it than I have since I've just been sitting here. I just got home like maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. How has Djokovic looked outside of the scrappy performance of that second set?
You know how Djokovic is. He likes to play with his food. So yeah, he demolished Tien in the first set, but then we started seeing more of the antics, the histrionics, if you will, come out of Djokovic's game. Like that set. He did, what do you call it?
Is that you getting text messages or me?
Oh, my bad. I didn't think you could hear that. Let me see.
That's okay.
I'm going to go on D&D.
D&D. Airplane mode if you're serious.
So yeah, I think that, and then Tien, he had opportunities. Like he had a set point.
Yeah, set points. Yeah.
And he just squandered the opportunity. So
Karan just asked, why would we not be able to hear that? Shut up, Steven. Karan, your invite to join the stage should be in the chat, in our chat. I think it is. Yeah, it is. Hold on. If you would read things that are sent to you, Dr. Green, you would know these things. By the way, if you are just tapping into this live, we are going to be watching the remainder of the U.S. Opening night session matches. After this Djokovic match wraps up, which looks like it's probably going to do so in the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. He's up 5-2 in the third, leading 2 sets to love. Jessica Pegula, last year's U.S. Open finalist, takes on Mayar Sharif, and I believe Pegula is the 4th seed of the tournament this year.
yes, she is.
So she hasn't been in good form, but the minimal musings I've done into the women's draw, mind you, I have not looked at the men's draw much at all, but the women's draw, I noticed that Pegula has great opportunity around her. If she gets through the matches she's supposed to get through, she should look at another deep run. It's just that her Grand Slam resume this year has not been very strong. Australia, she lost to Danilovic, who also lost today, I believe. French Open, she lost to Beauchamp, didn't she? Is that who she lost to?
Yep, she
Beauchamp, Loé
Mm.
Beauchamp. And then at Wimbledon, she lost first round to, don't tell me, Italian Elisabetta Cocchietto, and really got wiped off the court. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what kind of form she's in.
I'm not hopeful. I mean, even with her favorable draw, I don't think it's going to go far. And then her ranking will kind of plummet a bit because she's not getting to the final again.
Lest you cut her out so easily.
I mean, if this were anyone else, like someone who's like shows fight on the court, maybe I'd be a bit more compelled to support her, but she doesn't really exude that on the court.
Ooh, somebody said, well, Novak won, and also let me highlight this next comment that justifies my thoughts on him. Novak is a stunt queen. So yes, he won. He won, and Novak is a stunt queen.
I bet he had the most obnoxious celebration.
He looked pretty happy to be like amongst the crowd. I mean, to be honest and fair, I do this with most of his matches. One eye in, one eye looking at something else or talking to you guys is just not, it doesn't give all that to me. But I will say my first introduction of being at home centered to watch television was literally, I said this on the Clubhouse, was literally Djokovic's feet in the camera getting a medical timeout. So that's the start of my U.S. Open, guys.
Yep.
Let's see. Speaking of showing fight, Alex Eala. Clinton, did you watch? I was like I said, this was a travel day for me, so I did see that there was some kind of kerfuffle in the match. I thought there was a kerfuffle, and I also saw that Miss Denmark, Clara Tauson, was up 5-1 in the third set. And then, did Eala like conjure up some Philippine spirits?
So not without help.
Okay.
Tauson served for the match twice,
Mm-hmm.
and on each of those occasions, she just squandered her opportunities. And then I think once Eala realized that she was back in the match, then she really kicked it up a gear. Her ground strokes were clean. They were both hitting really well off the ground, but I think Eala in particular, especially on the backhand side, was just taking it to Tauson, and I think that was honestly the difference maker in the match.
So Eala wasn't pushing.
She on serve, yes. I don't think she hit anything above 85 miles an hour. If I'm being honest.
That sounds like another left-hander I know.
Kerber.
Yep, that's the left-hander I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Angelique Kerber
from the school of Angelique Kerber, but the ground strokes were top notch. And she was not afraid to go for the balls either.
I didn't watch a lick of that match, so I was going off of vibes when I saw that they were placed next to each other in the first round, Eala and Tauson, and something told me that if that match gets tight, Eala is going to have the U.S. Open crowd in the palm of her hand, just because she's been one of the hottest commodities on the WTA tour, and she represents a demographic, an audience, a culture that isn't necessarily seen week to week to week on the biggest stages in tennis, and I think people have rallied around her. So the moment that Tauson kind of gave that inch and that kerfuffle that they had about, like, was the ball a legal hit from Eala? I haven't even seen the point. I just saw on socials. I'm sure the crowd was like, "Oh, we don't need an extra reason to get on Eala's side, but now we're going to be on your back, Clara Tauson." And Clara Tauson's already not the best mover, so I don't think she needs any extra weight on her back. So,
Yeah, it was very close, that point that kind of caused a lot of Tauson's demise. And she was arguing a lot. Like, she spent quite a bit of time like arguing with Cater Newby, and she should have really just, let the point go and locked in, because she was still serving for the match at that point. And when you're serving, you really don't want to take yourself out of rhythm, and kind of bit her in the foot, in the ass.
I do like Clara Tauson's not the chin, because
she didn't take it on the chin. No, she did not
take it on the chin. I will say though, Clara Tauson has a really good service motion. She does something very it's not necessarily unique, but of the women on tour, her serve is probably one of the biggest weapons that she has, and it's very bow and arrow like. And I appreciate a woman with a good serve, because they're kind of few and far between. So I did it. Chin, what chin? Chinny chin chin. Okay, well, Djokovic has gone through. Is anybody else on the court besides Djokovic talking to Chris Eubanks? Chris Eubanks lost in qualifying, by the way, so spare a thought for him. But he is on the first. Ooh, you didn't have to say that, Clinton.
Oh, sorry. Go Jackets. Go Jackets.
I could have kept it broad. I don't know. Give her over under, since we're talking about him. Do you think Chris Eubanks does another full calendar year before he calls it?
No. Yeah, sure.
One more full calendar year?
I think he needs to secure that ESPN role, because I only really see him for Wimbledon and the US Open. I don't think he do commentary for Australia?
Does the ESPN do commentary for Australia?
Well, do they do it well? I don't know. But
those are probably when he can really lock in the most, even though those are probably his best opportunities to be the best tennis player he can be. So it's kind of wild. I don't know. It's crazy when not to make this Chris Eubanks show, but I felt like he knew in that 2023 run that this was the pinnacle of his career, and it is shown to be, which is a good thing. I feel like he was aware and cognizant of how great a moment that run was at the quarterfinals of Wimbledon, getting inside the top 30 in the rankings, being a seed at a major or whatever. It just didn't. I didn't have a gut feeling that it was going to be sustainable, and I'm kind of right. Well, I'm kind of right. So, oh yeah, and he was at the French with TNT. Chris Eubanks was really crucial.
Yeah, that's really his back.
Yeah. He should keep doing. Not that he's a terrible tennis player. Obviously, anybody that gets to the top 100 is a good tennis player. But I just think he really shines as a commentator, and hopefully, I can work with him one day.
Yes.
He's done now. Nakashima is on court. Miguel said Nakashima's on court. Let's check that.
Miguel, this is a very angsty profile picture. What is going on?
It's giving. I'm listening to The Weeknd after my girl said she needed some space.
To say, you definitely look like a fan of The Weeknd here.
Mr. Brandon Nakashima. Let's see if I can find a way to put those tennis scores up here. But Brandon Nakashima is in a tussle or a kerfuffle of his own. He's in the 5th set against Jesper de Jong of the Netherlands, who I really don't know all that much about.
I don't know that name.
So
let's see.
Let's check that out real quick. Damn, I gotta stop taking breaks from streaming on YouTube and Clubhouse, because this StreamYard is getting a little like, what am I looking at?
It'll come back to you. It's like riding a bike.
We're riding a bike. Damn skip. All right, there we go. That's what I want to share.
Yeah, that might have been that Eala and Tauson match might have been the match of the tournament.
So you said the U.S. Open peaked already?
I mean, yeah, that was a really good match.
There we go. That's the Brandon Nakashima score in real time.
And I think this one and Marcos Giron might be the first two 5-setters.
Wait, Marcos Giron won the. Hold on. Last time I checked, Marcos Giron had won one of the sets as a bagel. Did I make that up? He did. He won the opening set as a bagel. What's going on?
And he is.
He was up 2-0.
He's currently on serve in the 5th set. So
against Mariano Navone of Argentina. Okay. Well, Marcos Giron and Brandon Nakashima are definitely taking the long way home in Queens. And Daniil Medvedev, let's switch to his score really quickly. The struggles of Medvedev continue. You know, Clinton, I'm going to put a bookmark on this really quickly. I just want to make sure I get the score up. But we talked about Medvedev in one of the last podcasts we did where you were a guest. And I believe you and the other guest we had on this show, who was actually, I think my guy was in the comments. Yeah, Jason was in the comments earlier. Jason, if you're still there, give us. Yeah, Jason was the one that pointed out my kindness with Djokovic. Look at me. But we specifically talked about Daniil Medvedev not being able to kind of keep it rolling, and so far, I think both of you guys are right because his 2025 season has been, for lack of a better word, really miserable. I think.
Yeah, he just has a lot going on in his personal life, and I just don't think the desire to be a top player is there for him anymore.
Does it really? Like, what does he have going on in his personal life?
Children. I mean, in tennis terms, you know, being a tennis dad, that means nothing. But I think for him, I think it means something.
He had to do the things to get those children, right?
Well, yes, I didn't say he had a bad time making them, but like having to be a committed
it
father.
It seems like he would be the person that, like, I mean, it takes two to tango, but it's like a plan. Like, it's like pregnancies are not always planned, but like, it didn't just pop out of nowhere. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, there was a 9-month period.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if that is actually contributing to his drop in level. I would say no, but I do think there, unlike other sports, there tends to be a tie between like what you do off the court and how that manifests on the court. So maybe there are some things. I just think his game, I don't want to say it's been fully I don't want to say it's been fully figured out, but his serve doesn't click the way it used to, and he's not making strides in breaking down his opponents as much as he used to. Like the whole stand 17,000 feet behind the baseline. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a couple of different things. His serve is not working. The way back in the court return position and kind of like, you know, coaxing your opponent into an error is just kind of, I don't want to say it's a bad way to, or not a good way to win tennis matches, because you obviously can, but I think the way the game is moving, what Alcaraz has done over the past 3 years, what Sinner's doing right now, like you have to push the issue, and if you're not pushing the issue, you get pushed across, you know, or you get pushed down the rankings.
He's pushing.
Yeah, he's pushing.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you are dropping sets at this point routinely to Benjamin Bonzi, yeah, and Bonzi beat him first round of Wimbledon, didn't he?
I believe so, yeah.
I think this is a Wimbledon rematch. So Medvedev is on the hot seat literally as he fights for his life in Louis Armstrong Stadium. It's funny. It's funny. Usually, guys actually do better when they become a dad. Albert says. I mean, I think there's some joy there, especially if it's your first couple kids. You're like, wow, like look at what I've created. Look at like this legacy I'm going to be starting to build. All of those things, and I think that joy can kind of show itself on the court. Oh, look at Francis Tiafoe's Grey Goose commercial.
How is everybody seeing this but me? I have not seen this commercial.
Well, don't you have ESPN Plus?
I do have ESPN Plus.
It's literally showing right now. I
Oh,
was
you know what
watching.
my problem is? I go on TikTok as soon as a commercial comes
Oh,
around.
okay,
I
yeah.
probably miss
Well, I
it.
mean,
But I
if
saw
you wanna,
Coco's
if you
new.
wanna, what does she have a New Balance one?
No,
Coco?
she has a one with naked smoothie.
Oh, yes. I'm currently actually watching a Chick-fil-A commercial. The Lord's
Is it the
Chicken.
Pretzel Club?
It is.
That does not look good. I'm sorry.
Tanisha said the Giron match is lit.
Oh, because he's an American.
Oh, I'm not sure who Pickleball Reflections is, but I do appreciate you being in the comments for sure. But they said a few days ago his coach abruptly walked out of Daniil's practice session. As he walked out, Daniil waved goodbye. I want to say I caught a glimpse of that. When I was in my hotel, I watched like a very, very small segment of them talking about the mixed doubles. And like how like they sit on those chairs in front of the practice courts at the U.S. Open. It was like Mary Jo, I think James Blake, the typical people. And they mentioned something about Medvedev, and they cut to his coach walking like literally away from him. So yeah, that's not indicative of the vibes in the Medvedev camp being all that wonderful.
Yeah, and I don't think it's worth him getting a new coach. He should just
You think he should just call it a career? Oh my God, he said he gave. I wish I could find the quote, but he said something about like 35 years old is when he would call it, and I was like, what?
How old is he? Like 32, 31?
He's 29, so that's not forever ago. I mean, forever away, but it is.
Oh,
It's
that's a hard 29.
shut up, Clinton.
Oh my God.
Wait, I could have sworn I saw him make a joke or something about like when he retires, he'll be 35 and he'll know he gave it his all, something like that. I'll find it. I can't look it up right now, but is this Rihanna? I wonder if Rihanna gets paid when she gets her music played at the U.S. Open.
Like in the commercials that they do for US Open, or like when they're DJing?
Both. Either.
For the commercials, yes. But for DJing, I don't think so.
How did we make her a millionaire off of draws and makeup and not music? Whatever.
At this point, she's going to have a baby and call it album just to say that she dropped an album.
I think the baby's name is actually going to be Record.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's that record y'all been waiting for. Back to Daniil. Steven said Daniil actually looks disheveled on court rather than pristine, and I actually appreciate that representation.
I mean, his ground strokes are fugly.
Yeah, Steven, are you also disheveled at the moment? Because I can understand. Hey, Makari, thanks for being in the comments. Thank everybody for tapping in. There's over 300 people watching right now. Look at that. Not at the moment.
Is this one of your students?
I was just about to ask who that is in your profile picture, Steven. Is that like a mentee of yours? But on court while they play, yes. Don't know how those men keep their hair in place. We can always be like Zverev and slick it back into a ponytail.
Yeah. And then you start thinning.
Well, let me see if I can switch one of these feeds on my television to a match that's currently playing. Do I
Well,
want to? I
the
guess I should go to the
Navone.
Medvedev match.
Okay, I've got the
There's only
Garone and Navone match on.
okay. Well, you keep an eye on that. I'm gonna try to give Medvedev a little shine while Pegula starts to walk into the court. Something about those. Speaking of walking to the court, have you peeped the walk-in period has changed at the U.S. Open? It looks like portraits of all the past winners in black and white now.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
think
if I
someone
love
gave
it.
a preview of it on their Instagram story. I can't remember who it
I don't.
was.
I don't love it. I don't hate it.
I think
I don't love
Australia
it.
has the best walk on.
Yeah,
It looks very
Australia.
cinematic in there.
It looks like a really cool video game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's real life, and you're like actually watching it. Medvedev adjusts himself at an abnormal rate.
I thought
It's
Nadal
just
was that, but
yeah, and honestly, I'm not sure which adjustment is more
disturbing.
uncomfortable. Yeah, and I was uncomfortable is uncomfortable to watch. The like adjusting your front bits and pieces or your back bits and pieces. I'm not sure. And Medvedev does both sometimes. I just need him to find underwear that fits, if that's a thing. Bonzi's hitting this ball. Where is
I
this?
feel like with Medvedev, you just have he's from the school of Djokovic. You just have to take it to him and really like smother him, honestly.
All right, Benjamin Bonzi. He has a great name. If he was an actor, they would probably hire him for something. I was gonna say something that I want to write about, but somebody might be listening and take the idea. But there's something in tennis happening that I want to write about, and Benjamin Bonzi and Medvedev or made me think about it. But I'll keep it on the low for right now.
Okay.
You don't find Medvedev's stroke production to be beautiful, artistic, languid?
I would replace the R with a U. But yeah.
The R with a what?
I'm not repeating that one.
Yeah, he's making all kind of gestures to his box. His shoes are really dope. That I don't know if you can see his shoes at the moment, but his shoes kind of match the color of his shorts, and it's like this lavender color with like a shot of neon. They're really really cool looking to me.
Have you seen the kits so far? I think for today, Emma Raducanu takes the cake. It was technically the same thing Eala wore, but it looked really good.
Oh my god! Okay, this made me think about it. I don't know how many of you guys are actually subscribers to the Tennis Channel app. Maybe not a good week or two to subscribe because they aren't covering the U.S. Open, so you're not going to get any live content. But when they come back around, they've been doing this thing where they give you like this match in 15 minutes. I think we talked about this, Clinton. I appreciate that. I really, really do. Either give me 15 minutes of like the best matches of the day, or give me 15 matches, or give me 15 minutes of like that specific match of the day. Give me 15-minute highlights of. I can kind of sort of see how 15 minutes might be a stretch in a tennis match, but then also I can kind of see where it's not. Like if you played an hour and a half, you can give me 15 minutes of highlights. No?
Well, they do tailor it depending on like the score line. So, for example, with Carlos and Sinner's final, that one was only like 3 minutes long or something like that. It was very short.
For which final?
The Cincinnati final.
Oh, I was like, because Roland Garros was.
Well, no, their last Grand Slam matches were good enough for 15 minutes, but for the Cincinnati final, and I don't think they're doing it for Grand Slams.
Yeah, I don't know what ESPN is going to do to actually set their coverage apart and make it feel like the superior product, because the French Open kind of came in and wiped them aside with that.
I think ESPN is complacent honestly.
I mean, have you seen the team that they've had for this past 25 years?
Yeah, I think because they know they have a monopoly on three of the four slams, that they're just like, well, they're going to come to watch anyway.
And I never intentionally wanted to come off as like rude or disparaging or belittling what those people have done to. Oh, that was a great shot by Medvedev. I don't want to belittle what the people have done in broadcasting tennis, but I do find it a little bit strange that as a person that's been watching tennis for 20 years, the list of like key commentators on ESPN hasn't changed much at all. And I feel like if I was like really tuned into football or basketball or baseball, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some like carryovers from 20 years ago in broadcasting, but the same exact lineup, like that's a little that's a little extreme. But you know, tennis and tradition. I think this was a game point for Medvedev, either a game point or a break point in the second set, and he hit a really ridiculous over the shoulder backhand smash volley. And then he's trying to live up the crowd because of it. It was really wacky. It didn't look graceful at all.
Okay. I was about to say Venus has the best of that shot, in my opinion.
I think it's Roger.
You know?
Oh wait, no, it's not. It's Rafa. Rafa. Well, it's
Well,
Rafa
his
has the
does
backhand
look good.
hook. Yeah, Rafa's is really good.
Good.
Damn, I feel like I hate how everything goes back to them.
But I think I saw more of Venus because she played doubles, and so there was more opportunity for it to happen. But her best one was actually on the singles court against Kuznetsova.
Wimbledon?
Yeah, Wimbledon 2007.
When one of them was rocking cornrows and it wasn't Venus.
And it wasn't, yeah.
it wasn't the one from Compton.
It was not. Straight out of Moscow. Yeah.
I wish there was another M word for like, what's the synonym for straight? What could we use to make it like flow off the tongue of Moscow? You know, I like alliteration.
Oh, I see.
I don't know. I can't think of it on the top of my head. This is where we need you to be quick, Clinton.
I know.
Sharon calls you so quick. Oh, Venus wears the Medi Lacoste shoes. Did she wear those the other day for the exhibition?
I'm not sure. I know.
Let us know, Drop Shot Baddie. Oh, Stephen Clinton asked you a question. Stephen asked you a question. Oh, how did you get vape out of that, Stephen?
I think he only saw this.
Oh, well, what is
So,
this? Is me, my Stanley, my trusty dusty Stanley.
Stephen is a trip.
Okay. Oh yeah, that if you're looking for the point we've been describing, it was the game point for Medvedev to go up 5-4 in the second set. So if you're watching this back and want to see Medvedev hit one of the wackiest shots of his career, that's where you should go. What am I looking for? Oh, my remote. I want to go see if I can switch to the Pegula match.
Let me look at the order of play for tomorrow.
Is Pegula a Grand Slam champion to you?
No. I think her best chance was last year, to be honest. But Sabalenka was just cleaning up her slams whenever she was in the final.
Okay.
Because she's already old in tennis terms.
She's what?
She's already old in tennis terms.
Yeah, but we've watched so much women's tennis, Clinton. I just feel like 2 weeks is a long time, but it's also not. If you would have told me when this decade started that Krejcikova would not only have one Grand Slam, but two, that Vondrousova will be Wimbledon champion, Raducanu will be Wimbledon champion, who else just kind of came out of nowhere and become a champion? Raducanu winning the U.S. Open. Like,
we used to be a proper sport.
It's when I say those moments seem much wilder than Pegula finally cracking through and getting a championship at this level. I was actually going to try to make the correlation to Clijsters, but Clijsters was kind of routinely in Grand Slam semis and finals.
Yes.
Pegula's only made the one in the many years that she's been on tour, and it was just last year, So I don't know. I say all that to say that I would not be totally shocked if Pegula won a major before it's all said and done. Which will she probably have to go through a draw that has like some things fall on her side? Like will Sabalenka have to lose, or will Swiatek have to lose? Probably. I don't think she'll be able to go through both of those players. Although she beat Swiatek at the U.S. Open here last year. I don't know.
I feel like if she were younger, I could say that. But because
she's not like she has. Does she have major injury issues?
No, but
she did.
Like your window closes a lot faster when you're older. Like you do have fewer opportunities because the players are getting younger.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to be a spring chicken. So I think mentally that would take a toll on her. So like Madison, she was like right on the cusp of reaching that same point, but she got it before it became too late, in my opinion.
Steven said Pegula doesn't have it. I mean, I agree that there's not necessarily a whole ton about her that leaps off the screen, but there have been Grand Slam champions that don't leap off the screen,
Yeah, they were also younger. I think that's
less younger and maybe not necessarily younger equating to like more physical reserves, but also less baggage, less like scar tissue of almost getting there, or like I mean, as somebody that just spent 4 days in New York, I don't know how people do. Like, imagine you have to spend 2 weeks in New York and New York not actually be your home base. So you're in this hotel the size of like, I don't know, a handkerchief. And you're there for 2 to 3 weeks and you're playing tennis on top of it. I just can't imagine like having to do all of that. I guess I have a very good healthy respect for the players, especially when you have to do so much like sponsorship commitments. People have a microphone in your face the whole time. I'm one of those people asking you questions. It's just a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And then you're in New York when there's like 17 people walking their dogs in front of you. The dog's taking a piss. Like you have your headphones on, and they have their headphones on, so you can't say "watch your dog." These are my experiences in New York. Sorry, people.
I was about to say that one sounded.
It became personal. It became very personal. Sorry. So I'm so used to being like, excuse me. I guess it's the Southern gentleman in me. But I realized where I was, and I was like, move.
Oh, yeah, you gotta. I'm walking here.
I'm walking. You and that 2-pound dog need to move. Drop side. Wait, did we already discuss? Well, wait. Pickleball Reflections is Miss Sharon. Who's drop shot baddie? Not that we need to know, but it'd be nice.
Who usually calls you country?
A lot of people, because they're not wrong.
I'm sorry. This person's PTR is killing me. I mean, not PTR. They're profile picture.
You guys watching Pegula? We are watching Pegula. Yeah, it just started. She's up a break early, and she's serving a consolidated. Is that a cat on her dress?
We don't know. So we were watching Lerner TN because he's also with Y3. And
you mean Adidas?
Oh, my bad. I don't know why I called them Y3 because of their freaking hats, and they have the Y3 on their. It threw me off, but yeah, we were looking at Lerner TN and we couldn't make it out. It's very abstract.
Oh, okay, wait. Let me go see if I can find this picture. Well, yeah, because I took it. It was with I think there were some shades of this in the windbreaker that Felix had on when I saw him.
Oh, okay.
Not to boast or to like brag, but I did.
Shit.
I did. I mean, well, it's actually not much to brag on. I mean, I just happened to run into Felix. Really. Wait, where is this? Where's the screen? Why am I? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. There we go. Present or invite. I thought I was sharing the screen already. What is going on? There we go.
Oh, Sharif is wearing the same thing as Tauson. That's what Sharon was saying.
Okay, this is what I was talking about in terms of like this.
Okay, so this looks different. It looks better on this windbreaker that Felix is wearing.
I look pretty good. I like Felix's bodyguard, but I look pretty good.
That's a nice shirt.
Thank you. But yeah, I don't know what it's supposed to be giving. It just looks like watercolors.
I think it's just abstract, to be honest. They're like, you know what? Let's just. Yeah. No, they tried. E for effort. Wilson's still taking it, but.
Ooh. Speaking of Wilson, I don't know if this is on the schedule yet. I wonder what Alicia Parks is going to wear, and if she's going to upset your favorite crash out here on Draymond.
You know, I'm rooting for everybody black, so I would like to see it, but I do wish it was against someone else.
Mira isn't black?
No.
Wow, I had no idea.
That's a white girl.
Oh man! Actually, speaking of white girl, I think you mentioned the white girl relationship that Felix is entering. And looking at Felix, last time we talked on the podcast, you also mentioned that. I think.
Mm-hmm. No, I remember.
You remember?
Yep.
I forgot what you said specifically about it, but I don't know.
Everything he think about gonna fail. As a woman.
Well, we ran into each other, so it's good. Oh, wow, I'm really like I'm close to the camera. There we go.
Azarenka actually won her match.
Azarenka hasn't won a match since Wimbledon. She hasn't played one either. So,
well, she won her first round.
Pegula is running through this opening set. She's up another break, up 3-love.
Oh yeah, friend to the show, Destiny Eala, unfortunately didn't get it done against Paolini.
Yes.
Well, not necessarily unfortunately, but she did have a pretty good showing. She didn't play poorly.
Is it me or has Miles' video quality suddenly dropped? Was it when I was like zoomed in?
Zoomed in, yeah.
Let's zoom out. There we go.
Oh wait, no, it's still.
Tori said blurry. Will said Louisiana Wi-Fi. Y'all are so disrespectful.
Not too much. It is actually this week. Y'all can't talk about Louisiana. It is the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Okay, we will be commemorating.
Wasn't it? It was August 24th, 25th.
I think it made landfall on the 26th. I can't remember. I was only 5, but I know it's this week. That was the week I started kindergarten.
I'm lucky that even though I'm from Louisiana, that hurricane didn't it impacted me, but not to the point where like I was one of the people that would be first ballot to be on a documentary to talk about like how I was in the trenches, you know?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks without power and lights was tough, but it wasn't like my house flooded and I lost everything, you know? So
yeah. There was a new one.
Nadim, hold on, pause. Nadim thinks he's funny. Nadim thinks he's very, very funny. And he's not. And he's not. He's really not. He's really not. Nadim, when I get back to Atlanta, I don't know, before or after we go grab something neat, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to slap you.
Well, Nadim, actually, they haven't fixed the streets in 20 years. Like, the streets are still raggedy. So,
yes.
I don't know if Wi-Fi is on their priority list. Their priority was getting that Superdome fixed so that the Saints
I was just about to say. The priority was making sure that it looked halfway decent for the Super Bowl, which it didn't, but you know. I think my video quality suffers because I like have to have internet to stream the tennis and also stream this.
Oh, gotcha. Ooh, I'm looking at the schedule for tomorrow. Mboko and Krejcikova are first on Louis Armstrong tomorrow.
Mboko and Krejcikova are first on Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, they play at 11.
That's an interesting choice. I mean, Krejcikova isn't the real star there, even though she's the more accomplished player. I thought they would try to big that up a little bit more because Mboko literally won
Yeah,
a
I think
lead-up tournament.
yeah. Kvitova and Paris are on grandstand.
Kvitova's last hurrah. I wonder if she's going to try her best to win that match because honestly, I do think Kvitova. I don't know if I should use the word deserves. I think it would be fitting if she goes out on a major Grand Slam court. And one of the best ways for her to do that is if she wins her first round match and Madison Keys wins her first round match, then they would play each other. And I feel like because of Madison Keys being an American, a top 10 seed, playing Kvitova, who's been a 2-time Grand Slam champion, they would probably put that on Ash.
Yeah.
At minimum Armstrong, and I wouldn't mind Kvitova going out that way. I mean, Kvitova is past her prime, but in my opinion, when we start talking about like the 2010s of women's tennis,
she was there.
She was all the way there. You know, yeah, she was all the way there. Especially now that I've been like, you know, we've been nostalgic the last couple of days with Sharapova and Serena. Serena introducing Sharapova to the Hall of Fame. That didn't go over well with you, did it?
No. And as an African American, I won't stand for it. Because what do you mean your father called me and my sister the Williams brothers and we're kikiing at your Hall of Fame induction and I'm inducting you?
Yuri Sharapova said that about Venus and Serena?
I'm pretty sure. It's in the Venus and Serena documentary where like they have the headline saying like the Williams brothers. I think it's a quote from Sharapova's dad.
You sure it wasn't like that guy that used to own Madrid that used to come for Serena randomly?
It was another one. I forgot. Yuri Nastasi.
I thought it was Jan Tiriac. Maybe I'm making that up. I don't know.
Or Eala Nastasi is who I'm thinking.
I feel like maybe one of those people, whoever the person is that used to own the Madrid tournament, made some very sexist and racist comments about Serena specifically, and maybe even Venus too.
I remember when she was pregnant, he was like, "Oh, I wonder what color the baby will be."
Yeah, But I do think I said this earlier. I think that was either like a petty moment from Serena to do the introduction, but then also you have to, the person being inducted has a say in who inducts them or who does that speech. So I think they just have to be on good terms, and there really wasn't any ill intent behind it. It didn't sound like it to me when I watched it. It sounded like two. Yeah, it's okay. I know. The thing about it is, Clinton, you and I have digested so much of that rivalry in real time, and it really isn't that far away since the last time they played each other, or the times where it was like really thick tension. It was 10 years ago, which is time, but not necessarily
their last match was six years ago.
The last match was 2019, but the matches before that still were pretty. Like the 2015 Australian Open final was really good level and full of tension, and their matches before that were right after those comments about Serena dating who she was dating, and all.
You mean the guy with
the guy with the black heart and the guy who was married or whatever. Their rivalry on and off the court was spicy, even though the head-to-head was obviously in Serena's favor. To me, it just looked like they had gotten to a point, or it feels like they've gotten to a point where Serena even said it. They have more in common than they thought they did, and they realized that each of them contributed to how successful they were in that domain. So why not just be cordial? You know, it was just very like 30 plus. We both have kids. What is the reason for us to be like extremely petty and like ferocious towards each other now that we're both retired? You know,
Right. And I
that's
think
what it
there's
get.
a way to do
That's
it
what it
without overselling it. And I feel like Serena, they were overselling it.
You mean there's a way to do all of what I just said without actually inducting me into the Hall of Fame? Fair enough. Fair enough.
And even if I induct you into the Hall of Fame, I'm not likening you to my
sister. I mean,
like,
you know, Serena's a Libra, so.
For Tobias, she is a September Libra.
Oh, brother. She's a Libra. She's also an actress. Who can forget those wonderful cameos in Law and Order SVU and The Game?
Oh, God.
And Hair Show with Monique. Mm-hmm.
Was she in that?
She was.
You know,
she was.
BET doesn't play it anymore because it's the Tyler
It's on
Perry
YouTube
network.
in full. It's on YouTube in full.
Okay.
Wait, what about Tyler Perry? Oh, it is the Tyler Perry network.
The Tyler Perry network, they don't play nothing with Monique. So,
but yeah, I think it's called The Hair Show. It has
Monique, Taraji P. Henson's in
it. Brother on my arm, the brother on your arm. Yes, that comes from that movie. But Serena plays. She has a little small cameo in The Taxi, and she's trying to get money out of Monique. Yeah, she plays like a lady from the IRS or something. Yeah, it was her. It definitely was filmed in like 0203 because it's the Serena aesthetic from 0203.
Okay,
maybe 03. No, she wasn't blonde, but
okay.
it was you could if you know Serena, like I know you know Serena, it was the 03 era. Yeah.
Okay.
It was pre GLP injection.
Pre Ubrovi.
Maybe even pre Nike actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think oh my god, I think Will called it out like correctly. Bubbles the ex stripper. I think her name was her, like she was an IRS agent, but also Monique was like, "Don't I know you from somewhere? Ain't you Bubbles?"
That's hilarious. Wow.
Yeah. This is like Janelle. Hey, Janelle. This is like when you fight with your partner and tell your friends and you forgive them, but your friends never do. Yeah. Kind of like
and
that.
I'm not friend. I will when my friends break up with people, I'm like, yeah, fuck them. Like it's not happening.
Yeah. That's it. Did we get a let's check in and see what Medvedev is doing score wise.
Oh wow, Pegula is putting belt to booty right now.
Yeah, you can say ass. No one's gonna censor you.
Okay, cool.
At least on this. This is. I don't know. Is YouTube gonna censor me from saying the word ass? It might. I don't know. In Miles' land, I don't care. But maybe in YouTube land, they care. Nakashima is up 5-4, but on serve. Yes, Rudy Young is serving to stay in the match. And Marcos Giron just took that fifth set. Yeah, and 6-4 in the fifth. And Medvedev is officially down 2 sets to love.
Yeah, he's done. He's cooked.
He's cooked. That whole song that Glorilla made about Let Him Cook was about Medvedev. He's cooked.
He got a brutal spirit, though.
He got a brutal backhand. Don't blame Libras. Somebody said about Serena. Giron and Ivone have been playing longer than the Vietnam War lasted. Oh, Steven doing some fact checking here. Shamil Taripchev, he was fined $25,000 and banned from tour for a year for calling the Williams sisters the Williams brothers.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised there was a penalty.
And he was the Russian Fed Cup captain.
I see. You know, with a name like Shamil, I would have thought he was a brother, but.
Does that go for Murat Safin too?
No. That sounds very Eastern European.
I feel feel like Murat had a little bit of a swag on him, you know.
He did. He had the gold chain.
Not anymore though. Have you seen the recent pictures of him?
I saw
my
him
guy looks
with Rublev.
my guy looks homely. Like he's wearing pants. Like he's rolling them up. He's rolling them up. The shirts look like they've been a little dingy. Like it looks like he just smoked a pack. Like I don't know what's going on.
Wasn't he running for like political office in Russia?
I don't know. Looks like he lost and he took it hard. I don't know. But every time I see him, like, damn, look a little disheveled. I think while Pegula is rolling and Medvedev seems to be rolling out of the tournament, those are the only two matches besides Nakashima and De Jong. Let's go over the matches that happened today because there might be some surprises. Because like I said, I've been traveling most of the day and haven't picked up on much. So let's go in order of. Which order do I want to go in? Yeah, let's start with the men and work our way to the most recent win.
Alrighty.
Okay. Wait, I had that picture of. If you guys would like to marvel at the picture of me and Felix Auger-Aliassime, I'll leave it there just for your pleasure. Hang it in the Louvre. Okay. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just scroll through the results on this and actually use the website. Okay, completed. Let's do that.
You know, if you age him just a bit,
who
through Photoshop, Felix, you could also say you met Scottie Pippen.
Wait, why is that pic triggering? why was the picture triggering Drop Shot Baddie?
You know who Drop Shot Baddie might be?
Yes, I know who Drop Shot Baddie is, but I want to know why the picture is triggering to them. And I'm using they them pronouns to keep them a secret. Tori said, please, he is a
really
younger
is.
I mean, y'all didn't listen. I say this respectfully. I know he is in an entanglement with his fiance, all that good stuff. Y'all
you mean engagement?
Yeah, that. I've always thought. I think part of the lure that helped Felix be like, oh, he's gonna like come over and take over the tour was that he was attractive. He looked like he would be somebody brands would want to align themselves with. So I don't know. I feel like we're just missing him actually playing good tennis. Wait. Wait, Uzo said, why does Felix look like the fan in the photo?
Well,
I mean, you know, hey, one day we'll look back on that picture and Felix will be like, hey, I took a picture with Miles David. And I was like, I took a picture of Felix Auger-Aliassime. Look at that. What were you going to say, though? I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay. Let's go through the results of the day. Share this tab. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can actually see it if you are watching. Can you see it okay on your screen, Clinton?
Yep, looks good.
All right, cool. All right, so we started off the day. I think these are the first couple winners. Well, these are the first winners of the first round. Davidovich Fokina made light work of Shevchenko, aka Potapova's ex-husband. Jakub Mensik, number 16 seed, and Mr. Miami, champion in Miami earlier this year. Straight sets win over Nicholas Jarry, which is pretty good because Nicholas Jarry has found randomly more form. Didn't he beat like Holger Rune, which is not like groundbreaking, but I think he made the 4th round of Wimbledon.
I can't remember. Tennis goes.
You don't remember? Yeah, tennis. Yeah, it does.
But I do remember seeing his name in the mix more often.
Yeah. So that's a good win for Minchik. Shelton, you said you watched that match. You said Shelton looked really good, by the way, in his match against.
Yeah, he played very well.
Boucher, or Ignacio Boucher.
But he played well because Trinity's there.
Oh, they're not in season. The DC Spirit or whatever they're called.
She played a match in California yesterday, and she took the red eye to go to his match today.
Now she crossing the country for her man. I know that's
Chris
right.
McKendry was like, I think she really likes you, Ben.
I love that. Ben seems like a nice guy, to be honest. I mean, from my interactions with him, I never got anything other than that. Like, he seems like a just, Oh, Pegula won the first set 6-love, by the way. She just is light years above the person she's playing today. But yeah, Ben is a good guy, and I think I haven't looked at the draw. I'll try to do that tomorrow. But before I go to bed tonight, I'll look at the draw and like see what my feelings are. But just off of him playing well, winning that first 1,000, I think Ben should have a strong U.S. Open. And like you guys are saying, like Miss Karima Shah is saying, they are very much in love. He and Trinity Rodman
together,
Yeah.
I hope
biracial beauties.
True, but
You hope the what?
I hope the allegations aren't true, but
Love and Affection. I love that song, Tori. That's one of Future's best songs. Ben did make a small jab at a reporter for suggesting that On wasn't a big company, but I mean, the truth is what the truth is. I wouldn't say it's not like it's a small business. It's just not. It's not a household name when you think about like a tennis player yet. It could be. Yeah, every brand starts somewhere.
On clouds.
Yep, like they think of the shoes, not the apparel, and specifically not the tennis apparel. I mean, how long was Iga Swiatek the world's #1 player, and that didn't tremendously like take on through the stratosphere. But
was she was on when she was world #1?
Yeah.
Okay.
She changed
she was world #1 for so long.
Yeah, exactly. She ended the season. She ended 2023 world #1, and she was with On. Okay. In 2024, she was world #1 up until the U.S. Open, and that was On. So,
dang, she sure was.
I think Sabalenka.
Well, I think they alternated rankings.
When was Sabalenka's first foray to world #1? Was it with the U.S. Open last year?
No, I think it was Australia last year.
No, I feel like she left the U.S. Open last year with the world #1 ranking
for the first time.
I think for the first time. I think. Because it wasn't that second Australia that did it. It wasn't, because that was 2024, and Iga was definitely still the world #1 player because she had just won. She had just won the WTA finals in 2023. Like she was still like.
So the first time she got to #1 was in 2023, actually.
Nadeem is saying U.S. Open 2023 because Iga didn't defend it. Yeah. That one's kind of forgotten because I think Iga must have gotten right back to world #1 because Iga ended that season 2023 as the world #1. So that wasn't a dominant stretch for Sabalenka, but the U.S. Open of 2024 where she beat Pegula and left as world #1 and basically hasn't like stopped being world #1 since for like a whole year, that has felt like arena's time, Oh, here comes Nadeem, the resident Iga static. What do you call it? Eganator. Iga. Yazda. All right, let's go through the rest of these results.
Oh, Hijikata got up out of here. Oh, well, he's not seated.
I mean, I think more of these men's matches should be straightforward. Make them play 2 out of 3 sets. Yeah, make them play best out of 3. Shelton's through, Darderi's through. That might be Darderi's first time being seated at a major at 32.
I've never seen a number next to his name.
Render Kanesh 1-4, number 4 seed in last year's finalists. Taylor Fritz took out Emilio Nava. Didn't see a lick of that match, but go Fritz, I guess.
I forgot he even played.
Yeah.
He was playing at the same time as Ben and
which
Raducanu
is
for a bit.
which is indicative. I mean,
And he was a finalist last year.
Yeah, how do I say nice things about Taylor Fritz? Because I don't have any like foundation to say mean things about him because he's never done anything wrong to me and to my liking. It's just that he doesn't. I think Steven said this earlier in the chat. Pegula doesn't have it. Fritz definitely doesn't have it to me. Whatever, like he has the I, but he's definitely missing the T. And it's indicative of how people look at him in the larger scope of like top Americans. Because if Ben Shelton and Raducanu were playing, and Raducanu isn't even like repping the USA flag, I think people like on the grounds and people watching television, depending on the matchup, are more inclined to go watch those two people play over Taylor Fritz, especially early rounds, because it's like you expect Taylor Fritz to get through first round, you know?
I'm noticing a trend. The
What do you
people
mean?
of color are more marketable than, especially on the American side. Like the black players are particularly more marketable, and I think it's because
I'm inclined to believe that because I'm black and I root for everybody black, but I don't think it's necessarily a race thing for why Taylor Fritz doesn't really leap off the screen. Because I think Tommy Paul would be arguably more interesting if he like was the person that had made Grand Slam finals and was like winning at a clip that Taylor Fritz has won. Because Taylor Fritz has made a Grand Slam final, he's won a Masters 1000. Tommy Paul hasn't quite reached those same heights, but I feel like if he had, Tommy Paul might.
Three, Francis is, I would say, in terms of popularity, Francis is above both of them.
Yeah. Of the trio of Americans, well, actually the quad of Americans, because you got to really include Ben, because I mean Ben has something that Francis and Tommy Paul doesn't have, which is the Masters 1000.
Yeah.
So of the four, I think the most gregarious of the four,
you got a black and the black adjacent right there.
I think of those four, Francis is obviously the most gregarious, but it's also kind of he's the least accomplished of all four. So I think him winning would have the biggest impact across sports, but I think it's the longest shot for him to win a major of the four. The smallest shot, or like the shortest shot, is definitely Fritz, but I think Fritz has a huge problem against players ranked higher than him, not named Zverev. And unfortunately, Fritz, like, there's the barrier here of U.S. men not winning a Grand Slam, not necessarily the U.S. Open, but a Grand Slam in over 2 decades, right? If Fritz does it, I don't necessarily see there being like some added oomph given to tennis.
To do it in such a long time, I really don't think there was that much fodder.
It would be like, oh, okay, they broke the record. Instead of like if Francis or Ben, I mean, Tommy is like a third tier, but I do feel like if there were people gathered around their television on a weekend to watch a men's US Open final, I feel like they would probably get a little bit more connected to Tommy Paul than Taylor Fritz. That's just how I feel. And that's not necessarily a dig at Taylor Fritz, but Taylor Fritz is a workaholic. He plays a lot. He's damn good at tennis. He just isn't necessarily the leader of the pack in jumping off the screen. He's well-spoken. He is very analytical about the game. It's just kind of good at everything, but not spectacular with one main thing kind of thing. And sometimes Pegula.
Yep. That is his counterpart.
Yeah, like those are like, if you're making a tennis player, you wouldn't pass up on, like if I was making a team, like say like if I was going to the United Cup or Davis Cup, there's no way I'm passing up Taylor Fritz. Because his game is solid. Like I want him on the team, but like if I'm thinking big picture of who I want to market the sport and be the face of the renaissance of men's tennis, I don't know if Fritz is who I want leading the charge, but he actually might end up being the person winning the trophy. So I don't know.
Yeah.
More power to the people. More power to the people. Mayar Sharif, by the way, is now up 2-love in the second set. Don't know how that happened or what's going on to change the momentum, but Tori said it's just because Tommy is hotter than Fritz. There are people that will debate that. I won't debate that, Tori. Because there's people that think Taylor Fritz is like the hottie McHottie of them all. Beauty, that thing about beauty.
Definitely, that is just an inaccurate statement.
But that thing about beauty, Clinton, it's in the eye of the beholder, So,
well, all right.
Somebody said Fritz's biggest sponsor being Chipotle is sad. Chipotle make money.
That's a big sponsor.
Chipotle is on all of the urban corners next to a mall that you can find.
And I'm contributing a lot to his sponsorship. All right, at least weekly.
Not me. Not me.
You don't like Chipotle?
I don't dislike it, but I don't need to eat it every week. Absolutely not.
Oh, I mean, I live in a college town, so
Baton Rouge is not that far from me. So they got Chipotles that I have access to, but I just be like,
No, I'm saying like compared to where you live, the options are slim.
Thanks. Will said, to be fair, mayonnaise is spicy to some people. Will, I do like a spice. I do like a spicy mayo, though. I do like a spicy mayo. I really do. Okay, where are we at?
We are
these first round matches.
Who I've never seen.
Hugo Blanchett, more power to you, brother from France. Don't know what's good about your game, but you were in the second round of the U.S. Open. You open on what?
I hope I don't sound ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know who that man is. I don't know who Elliot. Why did they spell his name with one T in Elliot? Is it supposed to be two T's? Isn't that traditional?
That's just how they did it.
Okay, but they gave him two Z's in his last name. Two Z's, two Z's, 3 I's, and 2 R's in his name. But one T.
Is he Italian?
I don't know. Spizzeri?
Oh my God. I can't believe you just did that. All right, Planet Rock.
That's a great song.
He has a Wikipedia page.
Oh, well. Okay.
He looks like Superman. He looks like Joe Goldberg.
Let me give my guy Elliot some shine, because he might be one of those guys that randomly makes the fourth round of the U.S. Open, and here I am clowning him.
Oh, he went to Texas. Nice.
Which Texas school?
University of Texas.
Like Hook 'em Horns?
Yeah, UT Austin.
Okay, gotcha. That is Elliot Spizzeri, if I'm not pronouncing that correct. Anybody? The more you know. I have no idea what his game looks like. Is that the Vuori sign on his hat? That's the same brand that Jack Draper just signed with. So maybe the Vuori brand is coming. I think that's a Vuori. I think. I could be wrong. Who's to say? All right, let's share this tab. Adrian Manarino took out Talon Griekspoor. It was kind of an upset. Talon Griekspoor was the 29th seed. He took him out in straight sets with a bagel in the third round. Well, the third set. Wow. Thomas Mahach took out Luca Nardi, only dropping 5 games. Yuri Lehechka took out Borna Coric. Karima and I, Miss Karima Shah and I, 24 hours ago, we had dinner at a wonderful Peruvian spot in the neighborhood of Murray Hill, I believe, in New York. My hotel was in Chelsea. Karima lives upstate New York and was like, let's do dinner since you're in town, which was a wonderful dinner. However, I was just a tad late. Just a tad, not long. I didn't have Karima waiting very long, maybe 5 to 10 minutes at the max. But in those 5 to 10 minutes, Pio Pio, just downtown Manhattan on 34th Street to be exact. But who did Karima see just across or walking past Pio Pio before I got there? Was Mr. Borna Choric. And I felt away because we could have had a conversation. Not a long one, but a conversation. And who knows where that would have went. Maybe that could have been the spark he needed to get that U.S. Open win. It could have been. It could have been a scheme. It could have been. It could have been a scheme that Todd set up for Borna to come to Karima with the bullshit. But yeah, I'm mad I missed the opportunity to see Borna Choric. I'm sorry I wasn't your mother, Borna. What does that mean? What does that even mean? What does that...
She said, because she would have raised him right.
No, we should have raised Karima better because Karima should have stopped him. There was not that much time between when Karima saw him and when I pulled up out of the Uber. And Karima could have just stopped and like twirled her hair and like made small talk, asked for a selfie, and then boom, I could have jumped out of the Uber and said, "Hi, my name is Miles. I work in tennis. I'm a contributing writer at Serve on Sports Illustrated. We should talk. In addition to that, I'm a big fan. I like the way you hit your backhand and I like your buzz cut." See? Conversation. See? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. What does show comments on stage mean? What does that mean? I don't know. There's too much going on in this new StreamYard setup. Pegula, wrap this up, love. It's 10. It's almost 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Wrap this up, Pegula. Come on now. Stop being ridiculous. Who else won today? Zachary Zvida, also of United States of America fame, is into the second round, beating qualifier from Hungary. I think that guy is. That's a good win for him. Thomas Martin Echeverry took out his fellow Argentinian, in straight sets. There was a battle of the Pablos, and Pablo Carreño Busta won that one. There was a battle of
PCB in the draw.
You need PCB in the draw?
Yes, because Djokovic is still in the draw, and I don't know where they are. You
think 2025 PCB takes out 2025 Djokovic?
I think he'll be triggered, especially since it's the U.S. Open.
Ooh, what we need is a rematch and a reimagining of that 2020 U.S. Open moment. We need Pablo Carreño Busta, we need Novak Djokovic, we need Arthur Ashe Stadium, and most importantly, we need the chair umpire of that day in 2020. Veljovic, I believe her name was.
Is that the face lady?
That is the lady that has elected to do cosmetic enhancements to her appearance. Yes, that is that is her. See how I navigated that? See? Kim took out Quinn. I do know Ethan Quinn because I saw him play and talked to him a bit in Houston. So sad that he lost that match. Jerome Kim, sorry to that man, but good win for him. Jordan Thompson took out Quarantine Moutet. I think everybody in the draw is happy about that because Moutet is a little. I think he's annoying to people. I really do. And I really do. I think most people, like his peers, are just like, oh, I don't feel like playing him, and he's just not my favorite person.
He's like Alize Cornet.
Oh, yeah, always around, kind of annoying to play, and as a person, just. Ugh. Pegula, what are you doing? So yeah, those are the men's matches for today, and then obviously Novak Djokovic is into the second round with a win over Lerner TN. Let's go get some women's matches and see who is into the second round already in the opening day of 2025 U.S. Open. Scroll down. All right. Oh, Karima just gave us an update. Nakashima won. So the
Yep.
only match that is being played right now is this match with Pegula and Mayar Sharif. And
Medvedev, right?
score check on Medvedev. They are on serve in the third set. Bonzi is serving at 3-4. And Medvedev is down 2 sets to love. So wishing him the best. All right, women's results, day 1 of the U.S. Open. Looks like Polina Kudermetova, not Veronica. She was given a win after Diaz retired early in the first set. Clinton, let's stay here for a while. I think I'm going to Google what Raducanu won, but you said she looked really strong today in her opening round match. She beat Shibahara 6-1, 6-2. What did you see that you liked?
Well, for one, right before the match, I saw a quote from a pre-tournament interview that she did, saying that the U.S. Open finally feels like a happy place for her. Because after she won in 2021, when she came back the next year as the defending champion, she felt a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. But now it finally feels like this is a place that she really wants to come back to. And it showed on the court. I really don't think she did anything wrong. And I mean, we know she has amazing shot production, especially that down the line forehand. And we saw that on full display today. Like, there was nothing Shibahara could do that was bothering, or that would have bothered Emma in that match.
Wouldn't it be stunning if she won the U.S. Open again and her only WTA titles are the U.S. Open 2021?
I mean, iconic.
I mean, this is a long way from now. She has 6 more matches to win potentially. But this is just a broader question. Have you enjoyed watching Emma Raducanu since that U.S. Open? Has her tick up in form this season, obviously, I think is good for tennis as a whole because she comes with so many eyes. But I'm wondering, from your perspective, have you just enjoyed the journey to get to this moment? Because it's been some years, the tennis merry-go-round keeps on rolling. And for a while there, Raducanu was kind of just circling the drain. And this season, it seems like she's finally been able to, go to a tournament, pick up 2, 3, 4 wins, and really sustain some form.
To be honest, the journey has not been fun. I have not enjoyed the journey.
It's the journey.
I have not enjoyed it whatsoever. But I am glad that she's finally in the mix, because she's had the game, but I mean, injuries and mentally just not committing really to playing tennis was holding her back, in my opinion. And now it seems like everything is just clicking for her, and I think she's due for a Sabalenka win.
You mean a win over Sabalenka?
Yeah. So
is that where she is in the draw? Really? She's close to them?
No, I think they're on opposite sides of the draw. But actually, no. I think they're in the same half.
Because they both played today, so that lets me believe that they might be in the same section.
So yeah, I think she's just tugged Sabalenka's wig just a little too often in their last few matches.
There's a lot of tennis to be played, but a Raducanu Sabalenka quarterfinal could happen.
Oh, they're in the same quarter. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, I would like to see that.
Sign me up for that. And I honestly, I would agree with you and Pickleball Reflections. No, not at all. Karima said no. I would agree that it necessarily hasn't been fun to watch, but I am glad that she definitely seems more settled in her tennis. I'm thankful for that. I think it's tough. It had to be tough for her, hi, I'm here moment on the tour to be literally at one of the biggest stages and tournaments in the world. And for her to be British, and we know how intense the tabloid and media system can be there once they get a sniff of potential, because it all happened at once for her. It's not like they got they got a little bit of sniff of a potential when she made the 4th round of Wimbledon, but that didn't seem like it was going to turn into her being a Grand Slam champion the next tournament that she played, basically. And she got all of that hype, all of just the stuff that comes with winning, on top of winning and being like an unknown commodity. It's not a total surprise that it's taken her 3 or 4 years to kind of reset the gears, if you will, and try to get to a normal pacing of how to play tennis, how to trust her body, going through the injuries and all of that stuff. I'm happy to see her looking content and playing good tennis. I don't know what that'll mean for this tournament and going forward, but I am happy to see that Raducanu seems to be happy playing tennis, and I'm happy about that.
And that's all you can really ask for, because we know what it looks like when people are unhappy on the court. Daniil Medvedev. So,
all right. So Raducanu got herself a good old victory. Let's see who else. McCartney Kessler got over the line over Magdalene, and McCartney Kessler is a 32 seed. That's a pretty good win, I would say. I didn't see a lick of it. But
this is her first U.S. Open, right? As the main draw?
Kessler?
Yeah.
I want to say she played it last year. I mean, because she won Cleveland last year. And I bought that that result being the week before the U.S. Open probably had no impact. Yeah, it had no impact. But I don't know if she played it or not. I really don't. Let's just say that it is good for her. I think this season's been like, you know what's crazy, going from Raducanu to Kessler. Kessler's doing what Raducanu didn't do, like gaining steam at an appropriate rate that gets you, that allows you to have confidence in the fact that you're a really good tennis player and can compete, but you're not thrust into the limelight. So when you do have that like major victory, it's not to take away from how major it is, but it probably feels a little bit more routine as opposed to everything that happened with Raducanu. So Kessler's doing it a little bit more of the old-fashioned way, which I'm guessing it is going to pay off for her, because I like her game. It's a little Pegula-esque in the fact that like there isn't necessarily one huge weapon to break open a point, but she thumps the ball routinely and she has a really good competitive spirit and she likes the hard court. So I would want to see her across the net. I would take her seriously as an opponent. So we'll see how far she can possibly go.
Funny enough, Kessler being the 32 seed is just before Raducanu.
Oh, so if they keep winning, they would see each other?
Well, no. So like if the seeds went out to like 33, Emma would have been the 33 or 33.
Oh, Raducanu isn't seeded.
She is not.
Oh, I missed that. Yeah. It's right there. There's no number next to her name. Okay. Well, look at that. Okay. Moving on, Teresa Valentova of Czech Republic fame.
Oh, wow.
She took out Lucia Bronzetti. Leylah Fernandez, DC champion and former finalist at the U.S. Open, took out her countrywoman. 6-2, 6-1. 2023 Wimbledon champion Marketa Vondrousova, who is if not the one of the most inexplicable tennis players to try to predict or just think anything of. What'd you say?
I didn't even know she played today.
Yeah. I mean, if you walk past her, you would notice all those tattoos. So I think you would remember that she played. But you just don't know what you're going to get from her. Like, if she literally won a lead-up tournament into Wimbledon, I know she did that, but I don't know what she did at Wimbledon. That's how inexplicable she is. I just don't know. I don't know what she's doing on a week-to-week basis. I don't think she does either, actually. I'm not sure she does. Because if she did, she wouldn't have got those tattoos.
Yeah, she just shows up, to be honest.
She just kind of does stuff. She isn't that called like marching to the beat of your own drum? I'm gonna let her march. Kudermetova, the 24th seed, and I believe she made a good little run in Cincinnati 2 weeks ago. She's out at the first hurdle to Janice Chen, I believe. I believe that's the Indonesian flag.
Sure is.
And that's a huge win for Janice Chin. I've seen some people started to become fans of her playing style on Twitter, and she got herself a good old top 30 win. So that's
She's the first
definitely
person from Indonesia to win a Grand Slam match in like 20 years.
that is a fact I'm going to have to put in my back pocket for when I'm doing trivia at the bar.
I don't know who that last person was, but
yeah, I wonder who it is. I can't think of any other tennis player
from Indonesia. Yeah,
from Indonesia.
I wonder, does that include qualifying? I'm going to assume it's main draw.
Mayar Sharif's forehand grip just made me clutch my pearls.
It's triggering. Yeah,
it is like, she's up 4-1 in the second set, mind you. I don't understand. I just don't understand the grip or why she's up 4-1 actually. And let me Google what Y3 and Adidas have in common, because I'm not getting it.
I really don't know.
What does Y3 mean for Adidas? Should I read the AI overview? Here we go.
Yes, please.
Y3 represents the fashion partnership between Adidas and Japanese designer Yohei Yamamoto. The Y stands for Yohei, and the 3 symbolizes Adidas's iconic 3 stripes. Launched in 2003, Y3 fuses high fashion aesthetics with sportswear, creating a luxury athleisure brand known for its avant-garde designs and innovative approach to apparel and footwear. That would explain the random spouts of color on Pegula's dress. Abstract design. All right. Well, now we know. Now we know. The more you know. Okay. Where was I? Sabalenka took care of business against Rebecca Masarova, 7-5, 6-1. I think one of the matches of the day outside of, these are back-to-back. Moyuka Uchijima took out Danilovic. If you were on court 10 today, I'm sure you got a treat. That was a match that ended 7-6 in the third set tiebreaker, 10-point tiebreaker that Uchijima won, 11-9. And then the match of the day that has everybody talking, I believe, at least on the tennis Twitter and internet streets, is Eala versus Tauson, which we've mentioned at the top of the show. Eala won 7-6 in the third, 10-set tiebreaker, 13-11 in the tiebreaker. So that should tell you all you need to know right there. Marathon, yeah. And she came back from 5-1 in the third. So that may be a turning point in both of their careers. You never know. Some people talk about like the turning point that can happen when you really like win a match that you shouldn't, but losing a match that you should can also have some impact, you know? So spare thought for Clara Tauson, and also congrats to Eala for moving on to the next round and fighting through. Katie McNally took out Jill Teichmann pretty easily on Louis Armstrong. How did that match get Louis Armstrong?
Yeah. And there was nobody at that match. They were all at
I can imagine.
They were at Eala's match.
I can imagine. Like, I know Katie McNally's not a nobody. Well, she's not a nobody. I know who she is, but Louis, the second biggest stadium on the USTA National Billie Jean King Center, whatever grounds, that's something. Ostapenko took out Wang Jiyu 6-4, 6-3. Lulu Sun, if you remember her, she made a good run to the Wimbledon quarterfinals last year. Since then, it's been very, very hit, mostly miss for her. But she's into the second round over one of my favorite names in tennis, Maria Camila Osorio Serrano. I enjoy saying her full name. Emma Navarro is finally back up on the winner board after a tough summer. Her season has not all been glittery and gold. She made the quarterfinals of Australia. She got beat pretty handily by Iga, but other than that, her season's been kind of all over the place. I enjoyed talking to her a month ago in Charleston, but that's a good win for her. She needs to kind of get the ship corrected there. I think I was listening. Yeah, actually, that was the only tennis besides tennis we watched tonight. That was the only tennis I've seen all day when I was in the plane. And Mary Jo Fernandez made a pretty decent point about how her game was built around being solid, and not missing. And unfortunately, the unforced errors in her game have crept up. So it's kind of like disrupting the core of her game. So
yeah,
I don't mind Navarro. I'm not just saying this because I was able to interview her. I think there's something really fluid and I was going to say fun, and that wouldn't be honest, because it's not necessarily fun. I just think it's good tennis. It's good fundamental tennis. I think there's a place for her in women's tennis. So I don't necessarily love the fact that she is she's been slouching. Karima just said something is going on in the Medvedev match.
yeah, they've been they're booing.
The crowd are literally booing and putting thumbs down.
Umpire?
I'm not sure who they're booing, but I do know Benjamin Bonzi has a match point here to take out Medvedev in his second straight Grand Slam. This is a rematch of the Wimbledon first round.
He looks
and Medvedev lost that one. Let's watch this live and see what we can see. I do love this is just a me thing. I like the color blocking on the Lotto kit that Benjamin Bonzi's wearing. It's a little school uniformy with the navy blue and the khaki, but it's okay. I can rock with it. I feel like I'm about to go to school. Oh, that's the same. If they are booing the chair umpire, I don't know if they're booing the chair umpire or Daniil Medvedev.
Medvedev keeps jawing at.
Yeah, he keeps bringing it up. You keep bringing it up. So that's yeah, Medvedev's like blowing kisses to people in the crowd. He's really antagonizing them, like to the point where the match hasn't. There's a whole match point on the line, and now Bonzi's walking up to the chair umpire. Yeah, like, we're trying to play tennis here. Yeah, I mean the chair umpire does. This is the same chair umpire from when he's always This is the chair umpire. If you remember last year at Cincinnati, Jack Draper and Felix Auger-Aliassime were playing, I believe, a quarterfinal match or a fourth round match. I'm not sure. And Jack Draper clearly hit the ball from his racket into the ground. And I believe is his name Hemmingsworth? Hemmings? He's a man of a particular size. That's
I was about to say I call him Dunkin' Donuts, if I'm being
all
honest.
Right. Stream over. But yeah, this is the same umpire, and
it's still going.
He's not getting a handle on what Medvedev
this needs to be
is doing. Yeah, because I mean, Bonzi literally is waiting to serve with a match point. And it's been, it says time since last point, 5 minutes and 45 seconds. That's a lot. Your Bonzi looks flustered.
I would have called him for this. And
Bonzi looks visibly annoyed. Well, let's see what he can get a serve out. It's Sunday. Well, it is a Sunday. Sunday fun day in New York City. I guess people have had their, what do you call those things? Match. The honey deuces.
The noise.
Wait, the umpire wants them to play through the noise?
Yep. And Bronzy was like, "Yeah, I'm not playing in this noise." Like,
I can't blame him because I have my headphones and I can still hear the boos and stuff. So
yeah, they need to. No, Medvedev needs to be penalized.
I mean, if he gets the point taken away, that's the end of the match.
He stole a point from me.
You're a thief too. Well, Bonzi goes up to serve. Oh, I don't know what Bonzi did, but they're not happy because they just cheered his first serve fault.
Oh, okay. Now Daniil's like, no, stop.
Now we're in this match point. They're actually playing it.
That's annoying.
Let's see what plays out here. Oh, and of course, Bonzi Nets a backhand.
That's ridiculous.
Back to deuce. Let me pull up the live score. Medvedev is always it's always a thing with him, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, he was also at this umpire was also at this scene of a crime. I think with Carlos and Jack.
Ooh, Bonzi just netted a easy volley to set up another match point for him, but instead it's a break point for Medvedev. Yeah, I mean, I can't blame. Nobody should be able to blame him for. I don't know if Bonzi's at the core of why the crowd is booing. I'd venture to say it's probably Medvedev, given the track record. But Medvedev has a break point to get right back on serve after saving a match point. Who knows? This might be a turning point in that match. And Medvedev breaks.
Oh, you know what?
And the crowd is cheering for him now. So
yeah, they must think that umpire wronged him, and they also want to see more tennis, I'm sure.
Do they want to see more tennis? It's 11:18 at night.
Yeah,
I'd be there. Go home. Go home. We are tired. We have had enough. Enough.
Where is Jennifer Lopez when you need her?
I love that movie. Y'all judged me in the clubhouse when I said that's one of my comfort movies.
Yeah,
I think it was Harold. I mean,
comfort.
I'm not gonna say I feel like all cozy inside when I watch it, but that the ending parts of the movie when Jennifer Lopez is into like her bob and she's whooping her ex-husband's ass, I enjoy that. I enjoy it. Yeah. Okay, wait. Karima has a breakdown of what is going on in the match. Yikes! I feel bad for Bonzi. They were booing for almost 7 minutes. Karima said the photographer walked out on the court after the first serve, which was a fault. The chair awarded another first serve that sparked it. Why would the photographer walk out on court?
I think maybe the position.
Maybe Bonzi had a match point and they thought that the serve he hit was a clear ace, but it was like a tight miss. I don't know. That's odd. He just forgot at that moment. The photographer forgot at the moment. Like, what are we doing? I mean, they take media credentials away from people for less. Media credential gone, banned.
Wild.
I don't know. I really would kind of be upset if Medvedev. I don't know. Something about Medvedev's tennis it's nicer to watch when he's playing against a player that elevates the moment, i.e. like another top 10 player, another Grand Slam champion or whatever. But if I was just watching him in the crowd, I'd be like, where's the Sandman?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Let's get this over with. But you know what's crazy? I don't know if this is good or not, because they're at 5-5 in the third set, and according to the clock, the match has only been going on for 2 hours and 16 minutes. So I'm not sure. Maybe this is a quicker match for Medvedev standards. Where's Steven's comment that said he looks disheveled? Because he does indeed look disheveled.
I was really hoping that match would end.
It will, I think.
Well, unfortunately, I must call it a night. I've got to wake up very early.
Understand. I overstand. Thank you, my brother Clinton, for tuning into Tennis with Thy this evening.
Oh, of course. It's a great
You're
chocolate.
welcome anytime.
And hopefully Bonzi pulls out the rest of that set because
If Bonzi loses this match, one, they're gonna be out there for at least another 2 hours, and 3, he's probably gonna have a tough ride back to whatever hotel he's staying at. So
yeah, I also just don't want to keep seeing Medvedev
disheveled
threatening.
Medvedev, yeah,
Well, yeah.
fair enough. All right, take it easy.
All right, peace out. Peace and love.
Later.
I see all the love.
Until next time, which will be soon, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, my background light went out, which probably means it's time for me to wrap it up too, actually.
Okay. Well, yes. Good night for real.
Good night. My Nadeem said, "My God, this crowd Armstrong is crazy." I'm not banning Clinton from the studio. Why would I do that? Oh, they just replayed the moment. It was so subtle. Oh, and now they're putting the camera on the photographer who did that. That's crazy. That's insane. What was he doing? That's insane. If anybody that's in the comments, by the way, wants to come on and chat on the stream, let me know. I'll send you a link. I know it's late on the East Coast. It's pushing midnight. Let's see what Bonzi has in the tank. Yeah, I'll watch the end of this set and then I'll call this stream, I think. And Bonzi is serving to stay in the set at 5-6 and fires down a first serve ace. Why is it not updating like I wanted to? Kenya. Great job, Clinton. I'm just reading you guys' comments. Sorry. That be bigger. Do I have to keep refreshing this for it to go up? Yeah, Bonzi seemed to like be a little rattled since that whole mix up. He still has a game point though here to bring it into a tiebreaker. Oh no, never mind. It's 30-all. Nope, I was wrong. It's 40-30. Thank you, Karima, for that update. I don't think either of us thought that Sharif was going to win that match, but she is playing Pegula. She is playing Pegula. He thrives off negativity. I see if Bonzi can get this into a tiebreaker. And he does. A tiebreaker for the third set. Yeah, that's a good settling of your nerves when the entire Louis Armstrong Stadium is booing you for 5, 6, 7 minutes, or at least booing the moment, if not you, while you have a match point on your own serve. To lose that game, your opponent get back on serve, and for you to settle your nerve again to serve, to hold and get into the tiebreak is actually good stuff. So let's see what he does now. Medvedev has never made so many first ball errors that I've seen in this career, like off of relatively middle of the court backhands, you know? Anna said Medvedev is another Kyrgios. That's interesting. What do you mean by that, Anna? And Medvedev misses another routine forehand. Why is this score ticker not ticking and giving me the score? I will have to keep refreshing it. I'm gonna get my wits about me on the second day of the US Open, by the way, guys. This has been a little bit hectic. All right, Albert. I appreciate it, my brother. Take care. Yes, they are in a tiebreaker right now. They definitely are. Bonzi is up 2-1. They're on serve in the breaker. Bonzi is actually quite impressive. 2-all now for Medvedev after a forehand winner. Kenya, is there a reason why the umpire didn't penalize Medvedev for what happened? That umpire one doesn't have a strong track record of handling complicated moments. And I'm not sure if he knew what to do or what to say. Honestly, the look on his face looked confused. And I guess if there's thousands of people booing, you do have to a certain degree kind of let it happen. Because what else can you do besides saying stop or, relax or ladies and gentlemen, be quiet? Sometimes that just eggs it on, especially on a Sunday night approaching midnight in New York on the opening night of a Grand Slam. People have been there mostly all day, if not at least since 6 or 7, since their night session tickets. So, they're feeling good. They probably want Medvedev to win this match because he's the more known name, and they're bringing it in. So, Medvedev's backhand used to be so rock solid. He's missed at least 3. I think that was the second backhand error, and another one was a forehand error. So I think all the points that Bonzi's won in this tiebreak have been off Medvedev routine errors, like not balls that Bonzi is necessarily like pushing Medvedev to the corners and he's missing. These are balls pretty centrally located down the middle, and Medvedev is missing them wide with the forehand or into the net on his backhand. So his range is kind of all over the place right now. Important points coming up though. 3-all, third set tiebreaker after already having match points. Let's see what Bonzi does. Now it's his time to net a backhand. Medvedev has the mini break 4-3. Let's see if he can consolidate it. I wonder who that guy with the locks is in Medvedev's box. I've never seen him before. No idea who that is. Or maybe that is. I don't know if that's Medvedev's box or Bonzi's box. It might have been Bonzi's box. If I were Bonzi, I'd be crashing out. Yeah, it's not a great look. So like, it's not a great look when a person that literally isn't competing in the match then becomes a central moment in the match. That's awkward. Ooh. Again, Medvedev had an easy forehand to break open the point, and he misses it wide. Bonzi is back on serve in this tiebreak. 4-5. Oh yeah, the guy with the dreads or locks, excuse me, is on Bonzi's team. It's Nicholas Mahou, who you guys might remember from the longest men's match ever at Wimbledon against John Isner. He was on the losing side of that, and he's now retired. He was a double specialist for the latter part of his career, and he's now helping coach Benjamin Bonzi, who's serving for an upset win over Medvedev at the U.S. Open first round. Another upset win, by the way, over Medvedev in the first round of a major, because he did this at Wimbledon. And now there are 2 set points for Daniil Medvedev to take this match into a fourth. Wow. What a very interesting last 10 or 15 minutes. Mm. All right, Medvedev, let's see if you can capture it here. He misses another forehand. Just wide. 6-5 Medvedev. His second set point's coming. The match gets even more interesting. Y'all, this is just my take, but does anybody ever stop to think about the amount of people that like literally make the US Open run? Like the security people that you see off on the corner, like the player escort, the towel services to make sure they get clean towels, all those things. All those people usually have to be on court or like on site as long as there are matches happening. And the longer our matches go, the longer their day is. And it's about to be longer because Medvedev just won the third set tiebreak. 7 points to 5. And now he's making heart signs with his hands to the Medvedev crowd. I mean, it's a Medvedev crowd now on Louis Armstrong. So that'll be a match. Unfortunately, this is where I leave you guys. I try to keep my lives around 2 hours max, and we've reached that point thanks to Medvedev and his shenanigans. So I will update you guys on social media about the ending of that match, especially if it gets even more interesting. Thank you guys so much for following along and tuning in on the opening night of 2025 US Open. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure that you are subscribed and have your notifications on YouTube and on Twitter so you guys know when I go live on the night sessions or any other time at the US Open. I'll try to be a little bit more consistent and do these throughout the 2 weeks so we can have fun and talk and engage and tune into all the tennis, because I know the community that we're building enjoys doing that stuff, and so do I. So I guess I have to keep being consistent with it. And yeah, I'll just be pushing out some more content and some more watch alongs like this throughout the US Open because it's fun and I enjoy it. Yeah, Kenya agrees. Thanks for hosting these lives. I appreciate it. Thanks, Kenya, for being engaged in the comments and for watching along. Make sure you guys share this with your other tennis friends who may just want an outlet to chat and shoot the breeze about tennis. That's what this is all about. growing the community and chatting and getting different perspectives on different players and different moments and all that fun stuff. Just making tennis as colorful and fun as I know it is and can be. So without much else on the timeline, I'm actually, before I go, let me check to see if Pegula's gotten through her match. Yep, she did. Pegula is into the second round over Mayar Sharif. Where is the final score? She won 6-0, 6-4. So Pegula's into the second round, and I am about to be into the shower and then bed because it's been a long day of traveling, and there's a long 2 weeks ahead of the U.S. Open. So thank you guys again for tuning into tennis with me. I will catch you guys tomorrow on day 2 of the U.S. Open. Keep your eyes peeled for more content. Subscribe if you haven't already. We are seriously, dangerously close to 1,000 subscribers. I'll try to find a way to celebrate that in some way if we crack it during the U.S. Open. So keep your eyes open for that. And until the next live and next chat, make sure to follow Tuned Into Tennis across all socials: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and of course YouTube. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye, guys.